Okay, and welcome to Team Clueless's third game of Dropzone Commander. As you can see, the book buildings have been replaced by buildings. This is a great improvement. And we also have 4 players this time, so it's going to be a 4-way battle with each of us coming on from one of these table edges. Each of these buildings and hills has a piece of intelligence on it. If you get to the intelligence, you can roll a dice. It may be worth a victory point. It may be a trap which will attack you and potentially cause a building to fall down. Or it may be an objective which you can take away with you. The objectives are worth 1 if you're carrying them, or 2 if you take them off the board. A piece of intelligence is worth a victory point as well, and the person with the most victory points at the end of the game will be the winner. Let's move on to see what army lists we have. Okay, so obviously I'm bringing my Posthuman Republic again. This time we're playing 1,000 points, so this is what you get for 1,000 points of Posthuman Republic. My HQ unit is an Odin supported by... no, sorry, a Zeus supported by an Odin. The Zeus is a War Advisor, which is the weakest of HQ, but with only 1,000 points to play with, that's all I could afford. And they're in a Neptune. I have a Battle Pantheon of a Phobos anti-air walker and an Ares anti-vehicle walker in a Neptune. And another Battle Pantheon the same. And then I have an infantry squad of infantry battalion of 2 immortals in a Triton. The Triton has miniguns, and another 2 immortals in a Triton with miniguns. We have a heavy Pantheon, which are going to be walking on the back of the board. The Hipparion is the guy with a massive laser you can see there. It can shoot straight through active countermeasures, so as far as it likes, and is good anti-vehicle. And it's supported by an Enyo, which can shoot, and it's got its demolisher cannons, which are good at taking down buildings. Finally, we have the Air Wing. The Athena really needs to try and do a bit better than it managed to do last game, where it damaged a bear and then died. So we're hoping for more out of the Athena this game.
Okay, for the first of 2 Shaltari armies today, we have 3 units of Braves, a couple of Shaari, who are going to be microwaving everyone from the inside out. We have a Haven, a single squad of Tomahawks, 2 individual squads of War Spears, a couple of Spirit Gates, 3 Eden Gates, a Coyote, and an Ocelot.
Okay, it's my first game today, and I brought the Shaltari. You may think, damn, he's done quite well to start with, getting most of his stuff painted semi. But no, Paul airbrushed them all for me. So they are a nice glowing orange, looking excellent. So today I have bought 2 Eden Gates. After arriving, and well, after it's my house, but after everyone arrived and we looked at each other's armies, I feel I may be slightly short on gates. I have 2 Eden Gates, 2 Haven Gates, and a Spirit Gate. I have then got a Tomahawk squad and a Curry squad. I have 2 different squads of Braves and 1 squad of Firstborn. And then I have my strange little Curry squads. I have 2 with microwave guns. And then I have a unit of 3. 2 of them got the anti-air gun, and 1 of them has no gun at all. I'm not sure what he's going to do, but I had the points left over. I then have a Coyote, and he is a Shaman, which is the 1st level commander, and to back it all up I have the Ocelot, which has the massive gun.
And here's the UCM army, as painted as ever. But there are some new models around.
At least they're on the stands now, Chris.
Yeah, indeed. We have 6 units of Legionnaires who are actually on the stands, apart from 2 of them fell off because they weren't glued particular. 2 Bears carried around in that Condor. Then we have the prerequisite 3 Sabres and 3 Rapiers with their Condors to back them up. There's 2 stand to nobody on them because they're actually Praetorians move around in that Raven A. I'm going to try some fast roping on things and see what happens. 2 Gladius heavy battle tanks are making an appearance this time in this Condor, and my command vehicle will be chuffing around on its own. It's got no escort because it's only a level 1 commander, so sphere of influence is so tiny, who cares? And a single solitary Archangel will be providing me a little bit of air support in the background.
Air support, I knew that was something I forgot.
Air support's always useful. But yes, it's a change to last time's army, a bit more ground power, and we'll see how that works.
Okay, so we've played a turn. 4 players. It was very complicated.
2 other players have never played before.
So my Posthuman Republic have come on. We've started to move up this hill to try and claim the intelligence that's at the top. We brought our heavy walkers on the back here. Moved up to claim the intelligence that was in this building, and I deployed some stuff here, and then Chris deployed some stuff here, and then I decided I'd better deploy some more stuff here, and then Chris put some more stuff here, so there would be battle for this hill. And I've got a unit moved up to there. Shaltari in white have just come streaking on with their gates and haven't really deployed very much, apart from into this building where they found some intelligence, and to this building where they found a booby trap, but they managed to get away with only light structural damage to the building and no damage to the unit inside. Shaltari in orange have moved up. They've brought on the Doom massive laser of death thing in here, so that's going to be looking out across the table. Claimed some intelligence in this building and some intelligence in this building. And their commanders... Is that the commander?
That is the commander.
Commander's back behind there. And the UCM finally have moved up, deployed tanks in front of their condors, taken the intelligence that was in this building. Their Kodiak commander is there. And they brought some more battle tanks on over there.
Gladius.
End of turn 2, and things have heated up a little bit. Now we've got some things on the ground that can actually shoot. This unit over here shot a laser over one of my tanks, which is holding a wound. And it shot at the building in the middle, which put 2 wounds on the building and did, by falling masonry, one of the wounds on one of my standard Praetorians in there. My Praetorians jumped into there to try and get into close combat with some of the Shaltari troops who are in there, but they've run away with, like, cowards, so no joy in that.
Down there.
They are actually in that gate, which has got the objective in it, which is why they were trying to get in close combat with it. This unit trundled forward onto the top of the hill to investigate the objective and got a victory point for it, and then shot at this coyote and... Well, actually, they shot the ocelot and the gate next to it. They put a wound onto the ocelot and they did nothing to the gate there. These braids didn't move, these braids haven't moved, but one of the gates from them has rushed forward so they can start teleporting around later on, no doubt. Over here, the Shaltari in orange and white have moved forward further and have deployed their anti-air Kukuris, and their coyote charged forward and shot at the sabres. It wasn't the coyote that did any damage to sabres, though. The tomahawks charged forward and added their fire in and took 1 sabre out. The rapiers shot and took out a gate, or two gates in actual fact. One Eden and one of the little tiny ones. I've forgotten the name of this little tiny ones.
I can't remember the name, but they were both the white Shaltari ones that died.
Ones, there you go, and that died over there.
Don't forget my giant gun, Chris, that I'd lined up specially.
We did completely forget the giant gun because what it did was diddly squat.
I rolled a 1 to hit.
Run 1 to hit in this glorious I'm going to take out the enemy command. Oh no, I won't. And it didn't time. Over here, a bit of firepower heated up. The Gladiuses took out the Ares that was in that battle group. They took a pop at the Odin, did nothing. And they've lost their dropship Condor by combined fire from the Phobos that remains. And my Zeus has taken 2 wounds after being... Kodiak even. There you go.
How many wounds does that have total?
4. It's a 4-wound unit. My infantry then jumped into their bears, back into the dropship, and they're off to investigate more buildings. Otherwise, everything else is pretty much just movement at the moment.
There's a lot of units on the table now.
There's still a lot. There's actually a lot of units on the table.
It's looking complex.
And next turn, everything will be able to fire, so it's going to get a lot bloodier all of a sudden. See how it goes.
Okay, so it's turn 3. My glorious boys in orange did not have the most successful of turns. This massive great cannon again took a shot over at one of Paul's walkers. I'm afraid I'm not going to be using many names, so I haven't learnt them yet.
Ares.
That is Ares, to try and remove him from the centre of the hill so I can have an attempt to claim and get the victory point for it. I rolled a 1 to hit again. Trude, who had disembarked her thing previous turn, her massive gun, took a shot as well at a different one of Paul's walkers and rolled a 1 to hit. Brilliant, so we've had 3 shots of our giant death rays.
It's amazing power of having painted miniatures.
Yeah, and done nothing. The rest of my forces kind of like shuffled sideways a bit. I moved some troops into here, scored a victory point, and a couple of my gates have taken better positions. I have another force which has gone over here. I got out into this building to attempt to engage Chris's troops, but he ran away. Bit of a scaredy cat, really. We found Paul's troops. We found a booby trap in there as well, which failed to hurt any of us, but did do 6 hull points to the building. or structure points. Chris and Paul had a bit more combat over here, but they didn't really manage to do much damage. They exchanged many fire, and as you can see, most of the units other than Paul's command walker are damaged, but none of them actually died this turn. I suspect that will change next turn. Over here, Chris moved his stuff into position. He got out into this building and found a relic. Is it called a relic? I'm thinking 40k. An objective.
It could be a relic, why not?
So they're going to be carrying it off, but this thing, oh, he hasn't removed it from the board.
No, it's actually disabled. It's not removed. It's not destroyed. It's just disabled.
How come?
Because you made it crash. You made it emerge.
Ah, okay.
So
I reaction fired and managed to take that down, but it isn't actually destroyed. So Chris's troops are going to have to mount in their bear. I got a name right, and trundle off the edge of the board. We're playing on a board that's 4 by 4.5 today, so this is the board edge on this side of the table. Chris's other units moved around here, and you can see he's got some more troops in another APC coming to check on this building. Trude took the centre of the board and moved forward with her tanks here. Didn't get any shots off, and her troops started manoeuvring, and she got into this building, found another victory point. And you also found a victory point on the centre, didn't you? Yep. Paul took various shots with a lot of his stuff, and he's put 3 wounds onto Trude's large walker. Ocelot. I can't even name my own units. Over here, Chris had his flyer there, which Paul took down with his anti-air unit on the hill. And he got out there, and now we're all scrambling round to see who gets to shoot the infantry in the open. And that's the end of turn 3.
Okay, end of turn 4. We started off with Mike playing 2 underground monorails, so connecting these 2 buildings here and these 2 buildings here.
It was useful.
It was very useful. Predictably, troops jumped from there to there and from here to here, and some other troops came across here. Upshot is Mike got victory points all over the place.
Objective.
Yeah, I got 2 objectives in those 2 buildings.
2 objectives. Came over here, managed to claim this hill.
But it was a booby trap.
It was a booby trap,
It was a booby trap, but they survived.
True.
Save.
My Ocelot killed something though.
I know.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, the important thing. The important thing. This Ocelot
He
killed.
The Zeus that was
The Zeus that was here.
Ares
But
or
also,
something.
that Ocelot killed
This Ocelot, which is gone,
because it died.
killed the Hyperion. What's going on over here? Nothing.
Amelie and Odin. And Odin
That's true.
got destroyed.
We lost an Odin. Your flying
My
thing.
Athena zoomed past.
Yes,
but
Athena
missed
came
with the cruise
through.
missile.
Dropped a cruise missile and missed.
And we all failed to intercept him or shoot him down.
Yeah, we didn't roll very good dice this turn.
There's lots of ones.
Over here, they stayed there because they couldn't get very far. Everything pretty much.
Yeah, my troops invaded that building and it turned into a bomb.
Yeah, indeed. They. You've not had the best rolls, have you?
I've not. None
You've
of
been
them
finding all the bombs that we've been ignoring.
Chris is an IED detection device.
At the end of the day, it looks like this. I think we'll find that
Mike has cheesed it.
Mike has stolen everything.
Well, I don't think it's I think it's a thorough win.
So yeah, what did everyone think?
What do you think of your first game, you two? Most specifically, because it's your first game.
I think we both made flaws in our army list design. I didn't take enough.
Join the club.
I didn't take enough guns, basically. Most of the turns I was sitting there only having 2 units that could fire.
Yeah.
But I'd got lots of mobility, and I thought I'd taken too many troops. I had 3 sets of troops, and I think I could have done well with 1 less. But in the end, they're the things that scored me all my victory points.
Yeah, in this particular match, they actually score you the points.
There are certain things like my little scout tanks. Their guns did nothing. I didn't fire any of the guns all game.
Your microwave tanks were.
Yeah, they're so. I didn't realise there was quite so few times you can shoot at troops.
Yeah.
They're always in buildings.
Yeah, the anti-air ones of those are probably better because you can remove people's manoeuvrability.
Well, also due to the nature of the mission, we were hopping from building to building and never occupying any windows, so we couldn't shoot at any of the troops because they weren't sitting by windows.
I don't think any of us fired a single troop all game, did we?
No. This particular mission doesn't lend itself to it.
No.
They're too busy running.
So, yeah, I think I made my command group far too large.
Yes, I think that was
to be able to move them around without having the Gaia gates because I couldn't afford a Gaia gate. So I ended up having to pool all of my Edens just to get these guys through, and it still took 2 turns to bring them onto the board.
Whereas I didn't think took enough gauge. You had your 4 Edens, which gave you a lot more.
I had 3 Edens, but Chris popped one quite early on.
Yeah.
And he popped one of my spirits, and since my plan with my spirits was to jump across the board, he just completely negated my entire strategy. Just by...
My rapiers did a glorious job because they can take out Shaltari battle tanks, let alone their gates.
This is a great game for anti-air all round, really.
It was, yeah, because in our first couple of games the anti-air wasn't that shining, but in this game it's been really important.
Well,
so.
With the 3 players, people coming at you from all sides. You've always got line of sight to something.
Yeah, you're not sure where the threat's coming from, so it's hard to defend against anything.
And in the 2-player games, Chris and I were hiding on the wrong side of buildings.
I can't say that I've found aircraft to be particularly useful.
Yeah, in the last game and this game, the actual fast movers aren't that impressive, really. For the points cost,
the guns they come on and. I mean, I think you fired yours against Paul's stuff, and stuff that's got 2 hull points. You fly in, or Trude, fired hers against Paul's, and it comes on, even if it hits really well and does 1 hull point, it's
generally
has no real effect.
Generally, they get 1 shot, and it's a lot of points for 1 shot that may not even turn up.
In fact, yours didn't turn up till the last turn of the game.
And then even then, when I tried to call up to intercept, it didn't turn up. Yeah. So, my Archangel
from a Shaltari point of view,
our
fast mover costs the same as a massive Ocelot gun.
Yeah.
I love my Ocelot gun.
How much is a Jaguar, roughly?
Yeah, a Jaguar is
about the same as Jaguar, and I know
roughly the same. Yeah, I'd rather have a Jaguar, to be honest.
Solid performance Morker or a plane that may occasionally turn up.
Yes. But yeah. Maybe in the future, especially with the new Shaltari gunship that's coming up, maybe anti-air.
Well, gunships work in an entirely different way.
That's true. Yeah,
because I've got a
they can loiter around.
Having a game with guns will be really interesting.
Yes. What do you think of the game itself?
It's awesome.
I really liked it tactically.
Yes.
You have to think I didn't know a whole lot of the rules before. I hadn't paid attention to the fact you can't shoot when you come out of your
Yes.
So I did a lot of jiggery pokery at the start of the game because I wasn't sure which ones were coming out of which gate. So
and I didn't really.
But once I'd got in my head how it worked, it worked well.
I didn't really grasp the importance of upgrading your commander from the base model because I ended up the entire game with not a single command card that I could use.
Yeah.
In comparison to Chris and my last game, we just didn't play very many cards at all.
Yeah, because last game you were playing every turn. We
both had
cards.
2 commanders. We both had 3 cards in our hand.
Yeah.
But I had lots of cards about close quarters combat, but no close quarters combat occurred in this, so I was just... my cards were particularly useless.
But to be fairness, it was only 1,000 points each, so...
Indeed, it's quite a small...
And the game was cut short because we were doing other stuff in the evening. We had to finish on turn 4.
Yeah, because I was planning to run off the board with this objective.
My bear was going to take one off for me as well.
That's it,
But yes.
Yeah, I think if you were playing 4 players, you wouldn't want to play much more than this.
No, 4 players does get hectic.
It was really hectic.
It's hectic and it's lasted what?
Yeah, considering the scale of the miniatures.
3 hours, I think.
Yeah, considering the scale of the miniatures, this board is covered with stuff.
Oh, yeah,
yes.
So,
So I think maybe a few more buildings needed. I might try and print some more off.
Yeah, for something. But we've got a fair bit of covering, and it's very good. Yeah, some dense urban stops the fast movers even more because the channels they have to fly down, that sort of thing. So
yes,
I'd quite like to make a giant. When we were sorting out hull points for buildings or the structure points, when you said this one's only a medium building, and I was like, blimey, that's the biggest one I could print off. I need to make a bigger one.
10-story gigantic thing.
Let's stick an Empire State Building in there.
Yeah, monolith.
So yes, jolly good stuff. Bit more practice, and we need to get to grips with the.
Yeah, I need to learn names.
We need to get a bit more fluid with the rules. Yeah.
In 40k, I know everything about everything, but in this, I'm very much learning.
Good game, and Mike. Good win. Very well done.
Yes.
Maneuverability. Maneuverability really paid.
Thank you very much.